Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker than they used to, even when you haven't changed your routine much? Do you wake up feeling like your legs are made of lead? Or find yourself struggling to get up from a chair or climb a few steps without feeling shaky? For many seniors, the culprit isn't just aging, it's hidden in what you're eating every single day. It might surprise you to know 7 common foods are silently stealing your leg strength, damaging your muscles, weakening your bones, and quietly putting your independence at risk. These are foods you've trusted for years, but as we age, our bodies change, and what was harmless in your 40s can now become dangerous in your 70s. Let's not sugarcoat this. Losing leg strength can be the first warning sign of a much larger problem: falling, hospitalization, or even permanent loss of mobility. Once the legs go, everything becomes harder: walking, balance, freedom. But here's the good news. Once you know what foods are harming you, you can take control. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Processed meats: bacon, sausage, deli meats. Few things feel more American than sizzling bacon at breakfast or a classic ham sandwich for lunch. But as we age, what once felt like comfort food can quietly become a danger, especially to our legs. Processed meats, bacon, sausages, cold cuts, and deli meats are loaded with sodium nitrates and chemical preservatives. These ingredients aren't just hard on your heart. They launch a slow and quiet assault on your muscles, especially the ones in your legs that keep you moving. You may not notice it right away, but over time, these meats are silently chipping away at your strength. Nitrates and sodium increase chronic inflammation in the body, a hidden condition that tightens blood vessels, reduces oxygen flow, and begins to starve your muscles of the nutrients they need to stay strong. Your thighs, calves, and hips, the very muscles that help you stand, walk, and balance, become weaker, more tired, and slower to recover after activity. You might notice a subtle ache in your legs or swelling that wasn't there before. You might find yourself choosing the elevator more often or feeling exhausted just walking around the grocery store. This isn't simply aging. It's a nutritional war happening at a cellular level, and processed meats are often the trigger. For older adults, muscle loss isn't just about physical strength, it's about protecting independence. Weak legs increase the chance of falls, fractures, and long recoveries, and all of that can start with what's on your plate. If you've grown up with these foods as part of your daily habits, the truth may be hard to swallow. But replacing them with lean, whole proteins can help reverse damage and restore strength to your legs before it's too late. And while these meats are doing their damage quietly, the next item on the list is far louder and far more addictive. It's in every home, every holiday, and every celebration. Yet it might be the most dangerous of all. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Sugary snacks and sodas. They're sweet, they're familiar, and they've likely been a part of your life for decades. Cookies with coffee, a slice of pie after dinner, or a cold soda on a summer day. But for older adults, these seemingly innocent treats carry a hidden cost far greater than a sugar rush. They are quietly draining the strength from your legs, day by day, bite by bite. Sugar doesn't just raise your blood glucose, it creates deep, chronic inflammation that spreads through your entire body. That inflammation becomes especially dangerous when it reaches the muscles and nerves in your legs. Over time, Excess sugar damages the small blood vessels that carry oxygen to your limbs, making it harder for your muscles to function and harder for your nerves to communicate. The result? A dull weakness in your thighs, a strange tingling in your feet, or that sudden cramp in your calf that wakes you at night. And it gets worse. Seniors who consume high amounts of sugar are more likely to develop peripheral neuropathy, a condition where nerves in the legs are damaged, causing pain, numbness, and eventually a serious loss of balance. You may begin to stumble more often, feel unsure on your feet, or avoid walking altogether because your legs no longer feel steady underneath you. That is how sugar steals your independence, not in one dramatic event, but gradually, until one day you realize how much mobility you've lost. You may tell yourself, it's just a little, or I've always eaten this, but the truth is, the older body responds differently. As we age, we process sugar less efficiently. What used to be harmless becomes harmful. Cutting back or cutting it out can help restore blood flow, reduce inflammation, and help you feel stronger with every step. And if sugar weakens your muscles from within, what about the foods that choke off blood flow to your legs altogether? The next culprit may surprise you because it's something you eat almost every single day, often thinking it's harmless. 3. White bread, pasta, and refined carbohydrates. There's something comforting about a warm piece of toast in the morning or a bowl of pasta at dinner. For many of us, these foods have been on our plates since childhood. But what once gave us energy is now quietly stealing it, especially from the legs that carry us through each day. White bread, pasta, crackers, and other refined carbohydrates are stripped of their natural fibers and nutrients during processing. What's left is a simple sugar that floods your bloodstream quickly and triggers a sharp spike, and then an even sharper crash. Over time, this cycle of highs and lows takes a toll on your energy, your metabolism, and most importantly, your muscle strength. As blood sugar rises and falls, it inflames the blood vessels and slows circulation. And the first place that suffers is your lower limbs. Your legs begin receiving less oxygen and fewer nutrients, leaving muscles tired, weak, and more prone to cramping or fatigue. What used to be a brisk walk becomes a slow shuffle. What used to be an easy trip upstairs becomes a challenge you try to avoid. Refined carbs also interfere with your body's ability to store and build muscle. As we age, muscle maintenance is already harder. Add in poor circulation and insulin spikes, and the body begins to lose lean mass at a dangerous rate. You may find your legs feeling thinner but heavier, strangely weak but swollen, all because the foods you once trusted are no longer working in your favor. Replacing refined carbs with whole grains, legumes, and fiber-rich vegetables can dramatically change the way your legs feel and function. You'll walk with more confidence, move with less pain, and regain the strength you may not have realized was fading. But while these carbs quietly chip away at your foundation, the next food group delivers its damage loudly, frying your health from the inside out. It's the golden, crispy kind of food we all crave, but behind that crunch hides a dangerous truth you can't afford to ignore. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Fried foods. There's a certain comfort in the smell of fried chicken, the crisp bite of golden French fries, or the familiar crunch of onion rings. These foods often remind us of family gatherings, weekend dinners, or special treats from the past. But for older adults, fried foods may be doing more than just filling our plates. They could be quietly destroying the strength in our legs, one meal at a time. Fried foods are often cooked in oils that have been heated to extreme temperatures, creating harmful compounds known as trans fats and advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These toxins trigger deep inflammation within the body and interrupt the natural healing and rebuilding of muscle tissues. For seniors, this means that the legs, which already face the natural effects of aging, are now under even greater attack. Inflammation caused by fried foods slows blood flow to the legs and interferes with the body's ability to repair the microtears that occur in muscles during everyday movement. Over time, you may start to feel that your legs are sluggish, sore, or unusually heavy. You may even notice that your knees ache more often, or your ankles swell after meals, signs that your lower body is struggling to recover. What's worse, these fried favorites are often low in nutrients and high in empty calories, replacing the proteins and vitamins your muscles desperately need. Instead of nourishing your legs, they drain energy, reduce mobility, and set the stage for further muscle loss. For seniors who want to preserve independence and stay on their feet, it's critical to understand this connection. A plate of fried food may feel satisfying in the moment, but the long-term cost is often paid in weakness, discomfort, and instability. Choosing grilled, baked, or steamed alternatives might seem like a small shift, but it could be the very step that helps you walk stronger, longer. Yet, while fried foods slowly wear down your legs, the next threat doesn't just weaken, it disorients. It affects your coordination, balance, and even your sense of control, starting with just one drink. 5. Alcohol, especially beer and sweet cocktails. For many seniors, enjoying a glass of wine with dinner, a cold beer on a warm afternoon, or a festive cocktail at a family gathering feels like one of life's small pleasures. It's often a symbol of celebration, relaxation, or tradition. But what many don't realize is that alcohol, even in modest amounts, can quietly sabotage your leg strength, stability, and long-term mobility. As we age, our bodies process alcohol differently. The same drink that once had little effect can now linger longer, affect your balance more deeply, and dehydrate your muscles faster. Alcohol acts as a diuretic, pulling essential fluids and electrolytes out of the body. And when the body loses hydration, muscle tissue begins to suffer almost immediately, particularly in the legs, where circulation is already challenged by age-related changes. You may start noticing subtle signs, a heavy feeling in your legs the day after drinking, more frequent muscle cramps, or that sense of fatigue that doesn't seem to lift. Alcohol also interferes with the body's ability to absorb key nutrients, especially vitamin D, calcium, and magnesium, all of which are critical for maintaining strong bones and healthy muscle contractions. Without them, the risk of falls and fractures skyrockets. Even more concerning, alcohol affects neuromuscular coordination. This means it directly impacts the brain's ability to communicate effectively with your legs. For older adults, this disruption can lead to shaky steps, delayed reaction time, and an increased likelihood of losing balance, even when sober. That slight misstep in the kitchen, the uncertain walk across the parking lot, or the stumble on the stairs can quickly become a dangerous fall. And while many believe that a little alcohol is harmless, research shows that even low to moderate consumption in seniors is associated with faster muscle loss, poorer postural control, and delayed healing after injury. The glass you raise today could slowly be lowering your chances of staying independent tomorrow. Cutting back or choosing alcohol-free alternatives doesn't mean giving up joy. It means protecting your ability to walk, to stand tall, to stay strong. Think of it not as a sacrifice, but a commitment to your future self, one where you move freely, confidently, and without fear of falling. But while alcohol clouds coordination and weakens the legs from within, the next item on this list quietly swells and suffocates them, often disguised as something quick, easy, and convenient. It's sitting in your freezer or waiting in your pantry, and it may be the reason your legs feel heavier than they should. 6. High sodium frozen meals and canned soups. There's something reassuring about knowing there's a warm meal waiting in your freezer or a can of soup on the shelf. For many older adults, these quick options feel like a lifeline, easy to prepare, no mess, and dependable on days when cooking feels like too much. But what if these very meals, designed for convenience, are slowly weakening your legs day by day? Most frozen meals and canned soups are loaded with excessive amounts of sodium, far beyond what our aging bodies can handle. What makes them last longer on shelves and taste satisfying often comes at a steep cost. Sodium in high amounts doesn't just affect your blood pressure, it affects your entire circulatory system, including the vital flow of oxygen and nutrients to your legs. When sodium builds up in your system, your body begins to retain water in an attempt to dilute it. That's when the swelling begins, in your ankles, your feet, your calves. It might start subtly, just a bit of puffiness you notice when putting on your shoes. But soon, you may find yourself struggling with heavy legs, aching joints, and the creeping sensation of fatigue every time you try to move. What's happening inside your body is more serious than just water retention. High sodium levels cause your blood vessels to constrict, making it harder for blood to travel to the outer parts of your body. Your leg muscles especially your thighs and calves, are some of the most demanding in terms of oxygen and nutrients. When circulation slows, these muscles begin to weaken. They don't recover from simple daily use like they used to. Your balance suffers. Your ability to walk unassisted is at risk. And the very act of standing becomes something you think twice about. Tragic part is, many seniors don't even realize this connection. They accept the swelling, the fatigue, and the cramping as part of getting older. But aging gracefully doesn't have to include suffering. With every spoonful of salty soup or every microwave tray, you may be giving up a piece of your freedom, your ability to live independently, to walk unassisted, to avoid a fall that could change everything. The solution doesn't require perfection, just awareness. Replacing high sodium processed meals with fresh whole foods, even simple homemade soups with low sodium broth, can lift the burden from your legs. You'll begin to feel lighter, more agile, and more in control. That strength you thought was lost to time might just return. But while sodium slows your legs and swells your joints, the next ingredient is far more deceptive. Pretends to be healthy, hides behind friendly labels, and yet may be sabotaging your muscles at a chemical level. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 7. 7. Artificial sweeteners, aspartame, sucralose, etc. In an effort to be healthier, many seniors have turned to sugar-free products, diet sodas, low-calorie snacks, or light desserts, hoping to protect their weight, blood sugar, and overall well-being. And at first glance, artificial sweeteners seem like the smarter choice. No sugar, no guilt. But beneath the promise of fewer calories lies a more complex and troubling reality. For aging bodies, these artificial substitutes may be doing far more harm than good, especially when it comes to the strength and function of your legs. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin don't nourish the body, they confuse it. They send mixed signals to your metabolism, causing your muscles and nerves to operate inefficiently. In fact, several studies have shown that these chemicals disrupt the delicate balance of gut bacteria, which plays a major role in how your body absorbs nutrients like magnesium, potassium, and B vitamins, all essential for healthy muscle function. You might notice strange symptoms over time: legs that cramp for no reason, muscles that feel weaker even when you haven't changed your routine, or a sense of fatigue that settles in your lower body like a fog. These are not just signs of aging. They may be your body reacting to chemical sweeteners that are interfering with the very systems designed to keep you steady, strong, and mobile. And the damage doesn't stop there. Some artificial sweeteners have been shown to stimulate insulin responses despite having no calories. This can lead to blood sugar instability, the very thing many seniors are trying to avoid. That instability can directly affect balance, coordination, and energy levels, all of which are critical for safe movement and leg function. So while a can of diet soda may seem like a harmless habit, the long-term effects on your muscles and nerves may be far more costly than expected. Choosing natural alternatives like honey in moderation or whole fruits, and drinking more water or herbal teas can help the body return to balance, giving your legs a better chance at lasting strength. But now that we've uncovered these hidden threats, the question becomes even more urgent. If the foods we trust are stealing our strength, what can we do, starting today, to restore it before it's too late? The answer lies not just in what we avoid, but in what we choose to embrace. 8. What you can do right now. The truth is, aging doesn't have to mean surrendering your strength. It doesn't have to mean slower steps, unsteady legs, or living in fear of falling. Even if you've made these food choices for years, it's never too late to change direction, to choose habits that support your body rather than slowly work against it. The body, even in its later years, has an incredible ability to heal, to regain vitality, and to grow stronger when given the right care. Start by becoming more aware of what you put on your plate. The foods we've talked about may be familiar, comforting, even nostalgic, but they no longer serve the body you have today. By letting go of what once seemed harmless, you're making space for real nourishment, for meals that fuel your muscles, restore your energy, and support the legs that carry you through life. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Start small. Trade one sugary snack for a bowl of berries. Replace that white bread with hearty whole grains. Reach for grilled instead of fried. These are not sacrifices, they're quiet acts of self-respect. And just as you change what you eat, remember to move. Even gentle motion, a daily walk, a few stretches in your living room, reminds your legs they are still alive, still needed. The combination of smarter nutrition and consistent movement is powerful. You'll feel it in the way you rise from a chair more easily, how you walk a little steadier, how you begin to trust your legs again. You've walked through decades of life with strength and dignity. Now it's time to protect that strength. One choice, one step, one meal at a time. Your legs, your freedom. Nourish them before it's too late. At this stage of life, every step we take matters more than ever. Our legs aren't just a part of our bodies, they are our connection to freedom, dignity, and independence. They carry us through each day, help us stand tall in front of those we love, and give us the power to keep living life on our own terms. That's why protecting them isn't just about diet or fitness. It's about choosing a future where we remain active, capable, and in control. The truth is, the foods we often trust, the ones that feel familiar, easy, or comforting, can sometimes be the very things slowly robbing us of our strength. But knowledge is power. Once we understand the damage being done, we no longer have to accept weakness, stiffness, or pain as an unavoidable part of aging. We can change, and it's never too late. By choosing better foods, moving a little more each day, and listening closely to what our bodies are telling us, we give ourselves the best chance to walk confidently into the years ahead with stronger legs, sharper balance, and renewed energy. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, carrying burdens, building memories. Now, it's time to care for the legs that carried you through it all. Give them the nourishment they deserve, and they'll keep giving back, one strong, steady step at a time. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with senior health tips. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.